Okay, so I wanted to do a quick breakdown of Infinite Dreams, how it works in Dofus. Is it really infinite? Not really. And I wanted to break it down for newer or returning players who are a little bit intimidated or don't understand the mechanics yet and want to know if they can even do it. And I'll break down how it works, how you can play it, what you can do with the things you earn from dreams, if you can make some commas from it, all of that. So let's get into it. So for starters, if you want to go into a dream, you're going to click here and then go to Infinite Dreams, or usually the default hotkey is going to be T, and you're going to land in this area right here. You can do that from anywhere. And then there's this portal in the middle, which is the main way to enter a dream. This is how you're going to interact with your dreams. So you can have one dream going at a time for yourself, but you can join anyone else's dream at any time. Whoever the group leader is in your group, if they come to this portal and join the dream, they're going to teleport your whole group into their dream. So like I have this nightmare started just to show you guys, but if I join somebody else's group and they invite me to their different level of dream, I'll just automatically get teleported into their dream. I can participate, I can earn rewards, and my dream will still remain here for me. So that's one note to make. If you go over here to new dream, this is going to break it down pretty well. If you want to just read through the guide here, go to find out more. This actually breaks it down pretty well, but you guys have me, so who needs this, right? That is why we have YouTube. But if you're a big reader, you can always go read through this. It breaks it down pretty well. And it's pretty simple. So, for starters, there are 3 difficulties of dreams. Well, there's like, what is that, 7, 10, 10 difficulties of dreams, but there's 3 main paths. So there's a dream, which is going to be the easiest. So if someone says D1, D2, or D3 dream, that means they're doing one of these 3, which are super easy. You can see the experience is lower over here. The amount of dream fragments you can earn is lower. I'll explain how those work later. And the amount of loot you can earn is lower. The other note on these is they cannot drop any legendary items. So these are more for a lot of quests will have you do something in dreams. And you can do these solo. You can jump into a dream one by yourself with a sidekick to practice and learn how dreams work. It's going to be the same layout as all of the dreams, but it's going to be easier to use. So if you're just a newer player and you want to learn, go ahead and jump into a dream one. There's no punishment for running a dream. You're going to get some loot. You'll get some XP. So it's not going to harm anything to go start a dream and practice. Next up, you've got Paradox. Paradox is where it starts getting exciting because you can see you have a chance for legendary loot. And we will look at the legendary loot a little bit in a minute. But that is why so many people are doing P1. They'll say recruiting P1 dreams. P1 is Paradox 1, and that is where you start earning legendary loot. And you can see the experience and loot bonuses are starting to get a little bit better. So a lot of people are going in this range, at least on my server, P1 or P2, because they can run the rooms fairly fast when they're Opti level 200 teams, and they can start dropping legendary loot. As you go up, your chance for the legendary loot is going up and your experience gained is going up, and you can earn more dream fragments. Nightmare, it gets really difficult, but you can see your achievement, your XP keeps going up, loot keeps going up, and it's a really exciting challenge to get through these. Let's see. Okay, so once you pick a dream, if you go into it, so I'll select a nightmare just so I can show you the loot you're gonna get from it. So I picked a nightmare one, and when you go in, you can see the map right here. There's gonna be this infinite dreams pop-up that pops up to you. You can see it belongs to me. Dreamer level is like going to boost you throughout the dreams. And I won't go super in depth about the dreamer level, but a lot of your spells interact with the dreamer level. They might get a little bit stronger based on your level if they scale with level. I believe like levels that do shields. We'll have to check into that, but people like masks, when they do shields and it's based on your level, I believe the dreamer level helps scale those up. Your damage is just 100% to start, and you can increase that throughout as you add bonuses. So it's kind of like a rogue dungeon style. You're going deeper into the dungeon, and there's going to be 26 total rooms in all sorts of formats. You choose your path, you choose the bonuses you're going to receive. And as you go through, you get stronger, the monsters get stronger. And then you get ready for a final wave fight where the more waves you survive, the more rewards you win. And I believe after 3 waves, you win. You lock in the win, and you can keep going until you die. And the more waves you last, the more rewards you're going to get at the end. So on this dream map, you can see the different rewards I've got in this one. Each one is going to be a little bit different. I think they're pretty much randomized here. So for this one, you can see I chose to come to this first room where I'm going to get AP. As soon as I come into this room, I get AP. It's not after. So I'm here. I haven't beat it yet, and I just got an additional AP. This is permanent for all the rest of the dream. This side, I had the choice to go and get dream points, 20 dream points. Usually you'll get a buff plus like 5 points. I could have gotten 20, and those points you're going to use in a fountain, which I'll show you a little bit later. So for this path, I chose AP, and then these next ones, I don't know why they haven't translated the damage yet, and it says 1% damage. I believe it's actually 5% final damage. So whenever you go to one of those, it's going to boost up this damage to 105. These are actually really good. Let's start a new... Oh, here we go. Table loot. So if you go here, you can see the table of loot. These are all the things you can drop in this dream. I chose Nightmare just so I could show you, because in Nightmare, you can drop legendaries right from the first room. So you can see all these cosmetics are normal. And then you got all these legendaries. Legend of Ganymede. 7 million commas right there. So you can see if you drop any of these, you're going to be having a great day. And if you don't know about legendaries, I won't go super into it, but they craft legendary items. Each one has a related item. So there's that one we were looking at. Ganymede is a legendary item I use, which is, it has its regular stats, but they also come with a spell, a special spell attached to them, kind of like a Dofus would. So you can see Ganymede's wisdom. The bearer gains 2 AP on even turns and loses 1 AP on even turns. So you can craft some really cool items with those and earn a lot of money. Okay, for the rooms, as you're going through them, you're going to earn dream reflections. It's like 7 to 10 per room, something like that in a Paradox 1. I think they scale based on the type of rooms you're doing. But you're going to earn a few of these per room. And they just stack up. They can be used to buy some certain resources and runes. And a lot of times I'll just sell these. They also get used in crafting these legendaries. It takes 5,000. So if you just sell these, people do buy them a lot because they need big chunks of them to get their legendaries crafted. So that's good. You just get a little bit of commas as you're going through basically. And then these dream fragments are what you get at the end. You can only get these by beating the actual entire dream. What's sweet is if somebody's in the final room and they invite you to join, and you only join for the last room, you can still get these dream fragments. Anyone who's part of the last fight, the wave fight, can get dream fragments. A lot of people save these up. About 20,000 of them is gonna be a chest with a random legendary in it. So I'll show you where you can spend those. Whoops, back into the dream. Okay, so go left from the portal room. And in here, there's this group of people that wanna sell you their stuff. I don't know what the Sandman does. I'm guessing he's there for quests. I've never used him before. So Coco Rupt here. If you go shop with her, this is the old dream resource. So if you're watching this video, you probably aren't worried about this because you know what you're doing. But these are from the old dreams. If you have those, you can come here and exchange them and still spend them before they are forgotten entirely, which is going to happen in update 3.7, which is actually pretty soon. I believe update 3.7 is scheduled for September. So make sure you use those if you still have them. Next up, this guy will make you a true dreamer. I think you have to do some... Oh, he wants to keep taking... I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to learn on this guy. You have to keep exchanging dream fragments with him, it sounds like. Okay, this is the main place most people use. There's some cosmetics, which are sweet. But people like commas. Everyone wants commas. There's a sidekick if you want the achievement. But this is what most people are going for. I see a lot of people just buying this chest and then selling it as the chest, not actually opening it, because you're taking a gamble. Some of these legends are going to be worth like 1 million and some are worth 100. So if you like the gamble, take the gamble. Otherwise, sell the chest for like 20 million, make some bank, carry on with your day. So these are going to use bags of dream fragments. To get those, you just got to talk to, I think this one here. Yep. And then you're going to exchange 1,000 fragments for a bag. So that's basically going to be 20,000 of these dream. 20,000 of these equals a guaranteed legendary. So you always have a chance when you're going through the rooms that have the access to it, Paradox 1 and above, to drop a legendary, but you can also be guaranteed to get one if you just do enough dreams by buying them. There's also these runes you can drop, and you can buy them here as well. And those are worth some commas. Last is just old fragments that can be exchanged for cosmetics. So most people won't be too worried with that. Let's jump into a new dream. You can see I restarted my dream by going here. One cool thing, if you don't like a room, so like if you're trying to find the perfect starting room, you can swap it out by starting a new dream over and over. So say I don't like this one, I wanted one with AP. I can leave, jump back in, start a new dream, yes. And then let's see what we got. See, this is a new table. Still no AP. Maybe there's no AP in these first rooms. Let's try one more time. Reset it. This room only has 2 to start. Interesting. Now we got an MP. So before it was only health and damage. So you can keep resetting the room until you get the perfect starting room, and then invite all your friends once you have a good room. Say, hey guys, I got a perfect starting room. Let's go. And then you can run it from there. So how it's broken down is, I believe there's 5 sets of rooms. I want to actually get to a fountain room to explain it. Okay, here's a dream fountain, which you will reach at the end of each bracket. And you can see I've got 25 dream points. If you click on the fountain here, you're going to be able to buy some bonuses. These get really strong. I believe they get stronger after this first one. You start getting chances for some more of the legendary passive bonuses. I don't know if you can get any here. We can do a respin just to see. You'll earn these astral storms, which can respin either a room or a fountain. I like to use them on the fountains, but sometimes you're going to want to save one for a room in case you get something crazy like count, or something that somebody doesn't know how to do, or something that's just going to take a really long time, like certain combinations of bosses. You're just going to be like, this is going to take forever. So you can just respin the room. You can buy these right here. So I could just buy 5% damage basically as an extra bonus. You can get luck. You can get these spells. These spells you can bring along with you. Some of them have like a cooldown where you can only use them a certain amount of times. Some of them you can keep using each round, like once per turn or once per fight. So if we spin this, let's see. There's a few more of the options. You can get an idea. You can boost your dreamer level, force the target to move to join the caster, extra 5% resistance and 25% vitality. That's actually really good for such a cheap amount of points. And when you buy it, it's going to replace with a new one. So always buy one you're sure of buying before doing a spin, because then you get to see another one as well. So this is actually great. We'll be super strong. We're already stacked with 65% vitality. So I'm going to be crazy in these rooms. And that's basically it. And now I can see the new map here. And then you can choose your path of bonuses you want to get along the way. These random rooms are going to give you they give you a set of 3 random bonuses. And you get to pick one for free. So rather than doing a fight, if you choose to go that path, you get one of the random bonuses for free. So that's super nice. Okay, a few tips. One tip is, if you're new to this, definitely jump into one of these solo for a minute and just play through, just get an idea of the structure, the layout, how the fights feel, because it's going to feel the same as you move on to these next levels. Next tip for Paradox 1, to get the legendary loot, it says you're going to get legendary loot here, but if I go into the first room, you'll see there's no legendary loot on the table at the first room. Oh, what the? Did they change it? They might have changed it. Oh, wait, here we go. Ah, there we go. Only obtainable loot. Okay, so you can see in the first room, you can't drop any legends. That actually only starts after depth 10. So you're gonna have to go through 1 or 2 brackets. I think the first 2 sets of brackets before you're gonna have the chance to drop legendaries. Whereas in Nightmare runs, you're going to be able to drop them right from room 1. The next tip is Omni characters are usually the most optimal, but you can play with any character. So if somebody's recruiting for an Opti team, that's probably not you if you're a mono build. Sometimes it could be if you got 3 people that are all set and maybe you're like a tank panda or some sort of Feka. Certain builds might be more useful when you get into Nightmare, etc. But when people are trying to do fast runs to drop legendaries in P1 or P2, they're usually looking for somebody with an Omni crit build. A lot of times it's a Craw. So that might not be you. But if you go with some friends, if you get a group of friends who want to just play through and have fun, even if you're level 190, if you're in decent gear, you'll be able to run these Paradox 1 dungeons for sure. You'll be able to get by. I think you'll be able to do well and participate and not feel like you're getting carried. And you'll actually get some decent XP as you go through as well. Here's the other thing. You should have a decent knowledge of dungeon bosses from the main content. You're going to run into some really hard bosses with some interesting mechanics. And if you've never done them out in the real world, when they show up here with like other monsters and other bosses together, sometimes it's going to be too much. You're not going to know what to do. And you might get your team killed, especially with like things like count. We just did that on one of my streams the other day where, you know, we got to count and then someone had never done count. And the few of us weren't super solid on count, so we're like trying to explain it as we do it, and then someone gets swapped into a wall and the whole team dies. So that's the only fear as a new player. You want to have like wiki open on the side, Google each boss, ask people how the bosses work, make sure they're okay with you not knowing how some of the bosses work before you start. And besides that, you should have a great time. It's also a fun way to learn the bosses if you have some people who want to play with you who don't care, who aren't like trying to rush through. I've actually learned a lot of the bosses in the game by fighting them in dreams and not actually in their main dungeon, which is kind of weird. Another tip, you don't need bread in dreams. Whatever health you lose, you're gonna regain right away, which I love. There used to be a trick where like you could do normal fights and then jump into dreams and heal up and then leave. They took that away, but inside dreams itself, you're not gonna lose any health. So you can just you do the fight, you don't need any bread, you don't need any energy. So that's one of the great things about dreams, and a reason why it's actually good XP. If you have a team to farm with, you're going to be able to level up, not needing any health, not needing any energy, not having to look for the next set of mobs to fight. It's like you just keep going straight through, bounce, bounce, bounce. These dream trials are usually associated with some achievements. They're like predetermined dream sets with special challenges. You guys hopefully saw my Crimson Dofus challenge video where we do the season challenge. You can see how there's like preset classes and things like that. So this is just an interesting way. It's sort of unique how they're doing it. It kind of feels like Roblox or like Fortnite to me, where people can build their own games inside the game. It's a little bit of that sort of vibe, but they're keeping it pretty cool. And this Crimson Dofus challenge was actually super fun. And you're not going to get any XP from these. These are just for achievements. Maybe you'll get XP from the achievements, but you're not going to be dropping legends in these trials. So I think that's about it. Let's check and see if we missed anything. Oh, goblins. Bonus tip, goblins. Be on the lookout. If you're the leader, only the leader can see them, but these goblins will appear in the room. If you see one, click on it and talk to it, and you get to double the bonuses that you got from the room. So a lot of times they'll just like double whatever you just did. You got 20% vitality, now you got 40%, something like that. So make sure to talk to the goblins if you see them. Oh gosh, gotta defend a perk. BRB. Yeah, so that should pretty much cover it. Sorry, I got distracted. I had to jump into a perk fight at the end of the video there, so I had to recut this part. But hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, or if you have any other tips for other players, throw those in there as well if there's anything I missed. And we will see you for the next one. Later, guys.